What's up? So, I really hope I remember to show you what's holding the camera up right now. But I came in today to clean up a little bit, and I wanted to write the workout on the whiteboard, and I thought this would be great for the video, and then now looking at it, you probably can't read any of it. But we're gonna run through what Friday's Metcon's gonna be, and I've got 3 versions up here. After our warm-up, we've got RX. That's just if you've got the equipment at home and are able to hit it, here's what I would have for Friday's workout. And then we've got scaled, which starts to incorporate some things you may have at home, some things you still may not. And then our at-home version, totally. We'll run through what you can do just by grabbing a backpack with your cookbooks. I hope now, by me referencing that, everybody just has like their cookbooks all loaded into 2 of those nylon bags or their backpack now, and it's just like their weights. Or you've gotten some weights. I've heard kettlebells are out of sale. Anyways, I digress. Our warm-up, let's start with our workout. 4 rounds for time of 7 squat cleans at 185 and 2 rope climbs to 15 feet, okay? So if you have a lower rope setup like mine is goes up to 8 feet, then I would lower myself down to the ground, come up, and then do a knee tuck, right? And I would do 4 of those to make the distance. And then I've got that weight, so that's gonna be fun to throw around. This may be a little biased. Okay, warm up, 5-minute monostructural. Our monostructurals are, it's really echoey, I hope that's not affecting this. Our bike, run, jump rope, row, all that stuff. 5 minutes of conditioning to get your heart rate up. You can do 5 minutes of progressively faster burpees, you know, kind of use the first couple minutes to stretch and then get your heart rate up by picking up the pace. Then 3 rounds of 3 inchworms, 10 goblet lunges, so hold some weight in the front rack position, right? And then do a reverse lunge or do a forward walking lunge. 10 scorpions, laying face down. We reach opposite foot to opposite hand. I'm rocking. I sometimes demonstrate it like that in class because we've done them so many times that hopefully you remember. But if not, it's on YouTube. 10 straight arm pull-ups, hang from the bar and do that dead hang, pulling those lats back, warming up your shoulders. And then we've got our Bergner warm-up. I'll run you through that in just a minute because that's something all of us can do with our broomstick, right? Then 4 rounds, 7 squat cleans. So Bergner warm-up's gonna be really important to get you up to the weight that you wanna use. 185, 125 is what's listed. So throwing around a barbell where you could hit a single, take a breath, and then re-grip the bar right away. If 185, 125 is way too heavy, where that looks like closer to your 1 rep, then I want you to ease back. This should be more like 50 to 65% your 1 rep max clean. And it's a squat clean. Boom, just catching that full squat. 2 rope climbs, and I talked about the modification you could do there. Our scaled version is 4 rounds for time of 7 power cleans. This can also be if you have a sandbag at home or a kettlebell, you can do a swing, right? 7 front squats, so shouldering that weight and do your front squat, basically separating out the squat clean movement. And then after that, if you don't have a rope, which a lot of us don't, 10 hanging knee raises. Set some rings up in the tree, set up you hopefully have your pull-up bar set up already. Do your pull-up, get set on your pull-up bar and do your hanging knee raises, right? Big tuck. Or if you have toes to bar, do 10 toes to bar. That'd be great too. This is a huge element for our rope climb because as we remember, the rope climb is if you have the capacity to just hang on the rope, it's about how high can you tuck those knees up and under duress or under some stress, being able to set your feet. All right, so at home version is 7 to 14 ground to shoulders. Ground to shoulder or our clean can be done with a sandbag, right? I mentioned the kettlebell, doing kettlebell swings, but if you have a light kettlebell, that's why I wrote 7 to 14. You know, rather than just doing 7 swings based on what that is, you should do the work relative to the weight that you're using. So I intended for these 7 reps to be kind of heavy and fatiguing people as they get into rounds 3 and 4 especially. So if your weight is so light that 7 is just no problem, then do 14 or do single arm swings, right? Do something that changes it up for you. 7 to 14 front squat, same idea. If it's a lighter kettlebell and you're doing that goblet squat, then increase the reps a little bit. And if you don't have a rig to do your hanging knee raises, then you're gonna do 10 V-ups or 10 sit-ups, okay? 10 jackknives, those single leg V-ups, if sometimes your lower back is bugging you, is a really, one that I find is accessible for people just because it doesn't put the stress on the lumbar like some V-ups do if you're working towards those. So if you're like, sit-ups are too easy, maybe try the single leg V-up, okay? Awesome, let's do Bergner. This is what you were on. This is round 2, by the way. First round, it totally fell out. Okay. I'm gonna use a training bar, but you should use a PVC or a broomstick, right? We get our snatch grip, or wait, no, we're doing cleans. Let's do clean Bergner. So bring those hands into your clean grip. Your clean grip is the same one that you receive the bar at your shoulders, where your hands should have enough room to be outside your shoulders. So I don't want to be so narrow on here that puts my back in this rounded position. It's not as strong, right? So hands are just outside shoulders, and we catch with those elbows in the front of the bar. This is our finishing position in the clean, right? Whether you're squatting or power clean, we stand it up, boom, and that's where it finishes. So bring that bar to my hip. I want you to think about this, a strong grip and keeping those knuckles down, right? Sometimes we just relax our grip, and that makes it really easy for the bar to get away from our body. When we do our knuckles down, it puts you immediately in that pulling position of keeping it close. Super important to keep the bar close. Your feet, which you cannot see, are in a jump stance. So in a jump stance, right? That's what this movement is about. It's about hanging onto this bar and having the power translate through your hips when you jump and extend, and then catch it to that finishing position. So, feet are right underneath my hips. To find it, hop in place, and then let your feet settle where they settle. Strong grip, knuckles down, and on go, you're gonna dip 2 inches. During this dip, it's straight up and down. The bar doesn't move down my leg. My shoulders don't come over my toes, right? My head drop, but it's straight down. You should feel your weight drop onto your heels, right? 2-inch dip, down. Do 5 reps. After that, we're gonna do our down and finish, which builds on that dip. Ready, go. Right? So it's that initial extension after I drive through my toes, boom, and get my shoulders up to my ears. I'm not forcing the shrug, but my shoulders naturally extend up because you're jumping hard, right? Keep those elbows locked out. Ready, go. Go. Right? From there, we do our high pull. It builds on what we just did of the down and finish. Ready, go. So you dip, and then start that initial pull, keeping the bar really close. And go. Still straight up and down, and getting that bar up. Turning it over. So, the catch. You just hit that extension, the bar floats to its highest position possible, right? It's hovering right here, and we want to work on that landing now. So you're going to be on the balls of your feet, and on go, your feet land in your squat stance. Let's see if I can get this down. Your feet should strike the floor right where your squat stance, oh, okay, that didn't work. Right where your squat stance is. Yeah, so I'm on my toes. Whoop. And I hit my heels, strike the ground. I'm prepared. I'm working right now on speed of getting the elbows through, but the next thing is going to be to catch lower and lower until eventually I'm catching comfortably in that squat. Warming up, good timing, good rhythm, which is what Olympic lifting is also about. Yeah, it's about strength, it's about power, but also it takes a lot of grace in catching in the right positions, right? So I'm here and go. My drop, my catch is only a 2-inch dip, or like the power clean. Then, after 5 reps, do a 4-inch catch, meaning I get a little bit lower. It's almost your half squat. Still making sure Then now that I'm catching lower, I'm not throwing my feet wider or changing anything up. After that, 5 reps where you catch in your full squat. And stand, yeah? Have a great workout. I will have more updates about next week. And it's Friday. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.